Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the new chapter, Theories of Employment and Income. This is your third chapter. In this chapter, we have to understand the meaning of full employment and unemployment and its types, and to learn the classical theory of employment, and to know the importance of Keynes' theory of income and employment. Everything we have to discuss in this chapter. Let us see the introduction of this chapter. The economic history has shown many countries facing economic problems. So the economic history tells us they are facing economic problems. At present, the time of COVID-19, we know that all the countries are facing many economic problems. Out of these problems, unemployment is the most vexing. So which is very important and very anxious. Both classical economists and Keynes have explained the relationship between employment and income. The classical economist as well as the modern economist Keynes also explained about the employment and income's relationship. The classical economist had great faith in the law of market articulated by J.B. Say, the French economist, and James Keynes is one of the greatest and most influential economists of the mid-20th century. That's why he is called as modern economist. So Keynes is called as modern economist. Let us see the meaning of full employment. What is meaning of full employment? Full employment refers to a situation in which every able-bodied person who is willing to work at the prevailing wage rate is employed in the society. In other words, full employment means that a person who are willing to work and able to work must have employment or a job. Keynes defines full employment as the absence of involuntary unemployment. So here, employment is a situation in which every able-bodied person, they should willing to work in the prevailing wage rate in the society. So this is the meaning of full employment. But here Keynes defines full employment as the absence of involuntary unemployment. Economist Lerner defined full employment as that level of employment at which any further increase in spending would result in an inflationary spiral of wages and prices. It would be a spiral of wages and prices. Every economy in the world aims at attaining the level of full employment equilibrium where all its available resources are fully and efficiently employed to achieve maximum level of output. Their foremost aim is giving maximum output. Using their resources fully and efficiently, they want to give maximum level of output. But in reality, the full employment refers to full employment of labor force of a country. Depends upon the labor force of a country. This is the meaning of employment, full employment. Let us see unemployment and its type. Unemployment is a problem faced when there are people who are willing to work and able to work but cannot find any suitable job. This is 2 mark question. Define unemployment. Maybe what is unemployment will be there. So what is the answer? Unemployment is a problem faced when there are people who are willing to work and able to work but cannot find suitable job. While formulating policies to solve the problem of unemployment in India, for instance, we need to distinguish between the nature of unemployment in areas and urban areas, rural areas and urban areas in India. India's rural economy has both unemployment and underemployment. If we discussed about the India's employment level, the economy has both unemployment and underemployment. The major feature of rural unemployment is the existence of unemployment in the form of discussed unemployment and seasonal unemployment. In India, frictional, structural and open unemployment exist in urban areas. Due to the urbanization, a large number of people move from rural areas to urban areas for seeking jobs. Because of job purpose, they are moving from rural to urban. This migration from rural to urban areas increases the sizes of the labor force in urban areas and adds to the already unemployed labor force or existing labor force. The types of unemployment. In developing countries like India, the nature and unemployment is different from that of developed countries. So, which is differ from the developed countries. Whatever countries, the developing countries and all differ from developed countries. In developed countries, the unemployment is purely temporary or cyclical or frictional. But in the developing countries, it is largely structural unemployment which is due to slow rate of capital formation. Because this is developing country. This is the problem. So, the developing countries have large form of structural unemployment. The problem coming in the society from the structural unemployment due to the slow rate of capital formation. This is the problem. The following are the types of unemployment given here. Go through the topics: cyclical unemployment, seasonal unemployment, frictional unemployment, educated unemployment, technical unemployment, structural unemployment, discussed unemployment. So these are the types of unemployment. If they ask 2 more questions, you can write this type of unemployment. Let me go through one by one. The first one is cyclical unemployment. This unemployment existing during the downturn phase of trade cycle in the economy. Here you should know about the trade cycle. The trade cycle containing downturn phase and upcoming phase and boom phase, like that the phases having. In a business cycle during the period of recession, as I said you, the upcoming recession period and depression period, income and output fall leading to widespread unemployment. It is caused by deficiency of effective demand. Because of deficiency of effective demand, the recession and depression. The second one is seasonal unemployment. This type of unemployment occurs during the certain season of the year. That's why its name called as seasonal unemployment. In agriculture and agro-based industries like sugar production activities are carried out only in the some season. These industries offer employment only during that season in a year. During the year fully, once they have to work. Therefore, the people may remain unemployed during the rest of the time. Seasonal unemployment happens from demand side also. For example, ice cream industry, holiday resorts and all. These are all coming under demand side. This is also seasonal unemployment. Next one is frictional unemployment or temporary unemployment. The frictional unemployment arises due to imbalance between supply of labor and demand for labor. So they say here imbalance supply of labor and demand for labor. This is because of immobility of labor, lack of necessary skills, breakdown of machinery, shortage of raw materials, etc. Suppose a person working in a country, they settled there itself. So then they could not move from that country to another country. So their family fully settled there itself. This is the situation of frictional unemployment. Such a way the breakdown of machinery, shortage of raw materials, etc. The person who lost jobs and in search of jobs are also included under the frictional unemployment. Suppose they are searching job and lost their jobs, that also coming under this temporary unemployment. The fourth one is educated unemployment. Sometimes educated people are unemployed when qualification does not match the job. For high qualification, if they have, they are not going to join a simple job and all. They expecting the matching job for their qualification. That's why the educated unemployment will be there. Faulty education system, lack of employment, lack of employable skills, mass student turnout and performance for white collar jobs are highly responsible for educated unemployment in India. In India, they are waiting for white collar jobs. Okay, and this is highly responsible for educated unemployment in India. That's why educated unemployment prevailing in India. Then technical unemployment. Modern technology being capital intensive requires less laborer and contribute to technological unemployment. So whenever we are moving to modern technology, which is capital intensive, it requires less labor and more technology. So that nowadays invention and innovations lead to the adoption of new techniques, thereby the existing workers are retrenched. So innovation and inventions replacing the existing workers in the companies or in the employment. Labor saving devices are responsible for technological unemployment. So the labor saving devices, what are the labor saving devices? That are responsible for technological unemployment. Maybe machineries, new inventions and inventories that are responsible. Structural unemployment. Structural unemployment is due to the drastic changes happening in the society. It may change the entire structure of the society. Lack of demand for the product or shift in the demand to the other product cause this type of unemployment. For example, saying here, rise in demand for mobile phone has adversely affected the demand for camera. So you know that the cameras and all, no one using nowadays. And tape recorder also gone because of mobile phone. This is one of the invention, isn't it? Innovation. So the mobile phone, only one device replacing cameras and tape recorder, etc. So this kind of unemployment results from massive and deep-rooted changes in the economic structure. It may change the economic structure. That's why this is called structural unemployment. Discussed unemployment. This is last one. Discussed unemployment occurs when more people are there than what is actually required in the field of employment. Even if some workers are withdrawn, production does not suffer. See, one example I can say, if your work requires 5 labor only, there are 10 labor waiting for or willing for work. So here excess of 5 workers or 5 labor ready to work. This type of unemployment is called discussed unemployment. Here even though 5 laborers are withdrawn here, production does not suffer because 5 labor only enough for that work. This type of unemployment is found in agriculture. A person is said to be disgustedly by unemployed if his contribution to output is less than what he can produce by working for normal hours per day. In this situation, marginal productivity of labor is 0 or less or negative. This is the last one, discussed unemployment. Okay, I taught about types of unemployment. 7 types of unemployment we seen. What are they? cyclical unemployment, seasonal unemployment, frictional unemployment, educated unemployment, technical unemployment, structural unemployment, and discussed unemployment. Next we have to move classical theory of employment. Classical theory of employment is the no single theory which could be labeled as classical theory of employment. The classical theory of employment is composed of different views of classical economists on the issue of income and employment in the economy. Income and employment in the economy. Adam Smith wrote the book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation in 1776. Since the publication of this book, classical theory was developed by David Ricardo, J. S. Mill, J. B. Say, and A. C. Pigou. So, different kinds of definition given by these economists, followed by Adam Smith. They are called classical economists. Understood? So that the classical economists assumed that the economy operates at the level of full employment without inflation in the long period. So they are itself economy operating themselves. This is their concept. They also assumed that wages and prices of goods were flexible and competitive market existed in the economy, which is laissez-faire economy is there. This is the classical economist idea. Okay. Till I taught about the third chapter, theories of employment and income, meaning of full employment, unemployment and its types, and classical economics, intro of classical employment I gave. Go through the video carefully. The types of unemployment you have to study and write and send to me. Okay.